Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke and this day in history. So our dad joke is, I'm thinking about removing my spine. I feel like it's only holding me back. It's holding me back. All right. And this day in history, January 7th, 1927. Harlem Globetrotters play their first game. On January 7th, 1927, the Harlem Globetrotters basketball team played their first game in Hinckley, Illinois. The team was created by Abe Saperstein of Chicago at a time when black men and women were not allowed to play professional basketball. Saperstein named his team the Harlem Globetrotters after the famous African American neighborhood in New York City, and they debuted in the now famous red, white, and blue uniforms. The Globetrotters won 101 out of 117 games that first year. By 1936, they had played more than 1,000 games. In 1948, the Globetrotters beat the Minneapolis Lakers of the National Basketball Association, giving the high-flying troop a measure of respect. Their acrobatics on the court continue to be the Globetrotters' trademark. All right. Well, I'd also like to thank Laura Peterson for signing up as a new member at the Video Early Access tier. Laura, don't forget to comment what you want on the wheels. And thank you to Captain Crunch 1975 for re-upping for a new month. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got steak, star, wine, mirror, stripe, garlic, interest, cross, share, cider, double, trousers, crescent, clone, concern, and ringer. Ringer immediately makes me think of dead ringer, because what else is ringer? Just the phrase dead ringer. So we have dead blink. I didn't really see... I'm not seeing other dead blinks. Okay, so maybe it's not that. All right. Crescent, like a crescent moon. Like a crescent, like a... almost like a crescent, like a croissant, right? A crescent-shaped pastry. Just a shape. What else are we doing that? What else are we doing? Sorry, I have a head cold right now, and it's harder to talk than usual. As you can probably tell, I'm stumbling over my own words. Weird how that happens. What are we doing here? Steak. Steak spelled this way, like a stake through the heart. Yeah, we've got steak and garlic. So are this vampire things? Cross? Anti-vampire gear? Steak, garlic, cross, and mirrors are also associated with vampires. Now, this is a category that's all in the top 2 rows, and it feels fairly straightforward. So I'm going to worry about it being a rainbow herring until we figure out at least one other category. So I'm not going to lock it in. What are we going to do with star then? I mean, star and stripe are like things that often appear on flags, or just the American flag might be the category. Crescents appear on flags. Crosses appear on flags. So you know what? I think we have a vampire rainbow herring, but I'm not sure. What else might appear on a flag? I think we have the flag category. This is appears on a flag. Yep. +2 to blue saved me. Saved me from locking in the rainbow herring and made me find blue first. So, shirt theory holds very strong. Okay. So I think that steak, garlic, and mirror are going to each be one of each category. That's the meta. So what else would we do with steak? Or is it a homophone of like steak, like a steak of beef? Is there some other like how is steak spelled when it's the stakes? Yeah, I think like the not the odds, the what you're gambling over, the stakes. I think that's spelled that way as well. Oh, you're staking something, you're sharing something. I don't know if your interest, like your interest in it, your concern. I don't think I'm going to lock this in yet, but I think this is a category. This is something to do with your part of something. I think. But let's hold off. What would garlic go with then? That I'm not sure. Garlic bread? Um, I feel like putting food together might make sense. I don't think there's a fourth food. We also have trousers, which is interesting. So mirror, mirror and clone are just synonyms. But do we have two more? Oh, you're a dead ringer. So a ringer without the dead probably means the same thing. Is someone who looks the same as you. So you've got your double, your ringer, your clone, your mirror. And then we've got stake, share, concern, and interest. So why don't we just lock in purple because we can? Garlic, cider, trousers, and wine would be purple if I'm right about these other ones. Stake, share, concern, interest, mirror, clone, double ringer. Kind of curious what it is. Can I figure out purple? Garlic, cider, wine, trousers. Trousers is so out there. It's got to be a fill in the blank, right? Can I think of a trousers fill in the blank? Not off the top of my head. Cider, there's like apple cider. I don't know, but I'm going to lock it in anyway. Pressed using a press. Oh, I would not have gotten that. Cider is pressed. I didn't know that. Garlic presses. I know what a garlic press is. Trousers are pressed, like I guess if you iron them, basically, get the wrinkles out, and then wine is pressed. Yeah, I didn't know that trousers being pressed. I guess I know, but cider and wine, I didn't know those were pressed. All right, I wonder what the green is. I'd like to get green next. It's not quite reverse rainbow, but um, honestly, I think the mirror one's easier. So we'll do share, stake, concern, and interest as green portion. All right, and then this is just a duplicate, doppelganger. There you go. Okay. Not too bad today. Purple's just going to happen. Purple will be purpling. But the rest, I don't think are too bad, are they? I don't really see like a huge opportunity to just start locking in one aways over and over again. So I don't know. I think it's just going to be maybe just you got to get the categories, but I don't think you're going to like lose. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5, and I think we have a 80% solve rate. Let's see. We're just working at a computer at an office. Okay. Oh, they gave it 1.8. Okay, the difficulty ratings have been weird recently, but 1.8 is pretty close to 2. 88%, even higher than I thought. 45% making no mistakes at all. Yeah, like I said, they didn't really build in any red herrings. Wow, 1 in 664. Very, very few people got the same order as me, considering that there's no mistakes. All right. People are getting, of the winning games, which is most of them, people are getting doppelganger first, maybe green or blue, definitely not purple. Second, same deal. Ever. People who are losing aren't figuring out purple, and there's just some other category they aren't figuring out, but I don't think there's a pattern to it. 5% getting absolutely nothing. 2% get yellow, green, and then it's like 1% getting only blue, only yellow, only green. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, and so 1/4 of people fell for the vampire rainbow herring. It was in the first 2 rows, so that meta still holds. We just ignore all the times it hasn't. Putting share in with copy, maybe putting cross in with copy, putting trousers in with copy. What are people not seeing? Mirror, double, clone. They're not seeing ringer as a copy. So they don't know that ringer, like dead ringer, means a copy. And if they don't know that, they're trying random things with yellow and then losing. Got it. Okay. People are lucky in yellow first. The rainbow herring first. 27%, 24%. 17% getting blue first. So that's a pretty common first to get. Green first at 16%. And then we drop down to 3% with Putting share in with yellow, putting cross in with yellow, and then purple first. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Wednesday, January 7th. We'll start with easy, go through all the difficulties. All right. So, we need a 4, 4-1, or 4-2. I don't know which one's thrown out. I'm just going to pick one and we can always swap it. This is greater than 4, so this is 5-3. Whoops. This is 5-3. And then, yeah, this actually worked out. 3-2, and then 2-4, and then the 3 blank. All right. I guessed correctly, but had I not, I would have just swapped in the other 4. All right, let's move on to the medium. Let's see, this might be an in, less than 6. How many less than 6s do we have? All right. Yeah, not an easy in. Let's see if we can draw where our forced dominoes are. See if we can figure out any more forced dominoes. Do we have a domino that's less than 2? So adding to 0 or 1? We definitely don't. The only blank we have is the blank 3. So that means that we can't draw a domino this way. So this cannot take the right, so this has to take up. So that's a forced domino. Now here, we need a double equal, which I don't know. We need a double domino is probably what I meant. Where is it? Oh, we don't have a double domino, so I'm wrong. So this has to come out this way, and this has to go up this way. That's forced. And since we don't have a double domino, this has to get split up as well. Let me just undo that last one. All right. So this is where our dominoes go. What do we have 3 of? Oh, we have 2 blanks, by the way. 2 blanks. No 1s. Ooh, so this has to be blank blank. Okay, so that's a good start. So attached to a blank, we're going to have a single equal. Single doubled up. We do have another 5. We do have another 3. So I don't know which one. So what do we have 3 of? We have 4 5s, actually. We have 3 6s. What's my in here? Greater than 3. This is 4, 5, or 6. I think I just got to pick something. So how about we do blank 3 up, and then 3, 5 down, and then this can be 4, 5, and then 5, 6. Nope, can't do 5, 6. Can't do 5 blank. Okay, that didn't work. Because 5, 6 here would require this to be with a 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. We don't have, oh, wait, we do have a 3. What am I talking about? Okay, it does work. This is the other blank. And then this is 2, 6. All right. Whoops. Typical me just not seeing a domino when there's only like a couple to look at. All right, let's play the hard. It says all. Okay, so it doesn't hurt to draw out these dominoes. You know, why don't I just use the line tool? That's much cleaner. All right, we'll just draw out these dominoes that are required. That's required. I do have a 0, 0, so we could go up. Do I have a domino adding to 6? Yes, I do. Do I have a domino adding to 9? 9 would be 4, 5, or 3, 6. I'm looking carefully because a lot hinges on this. All right, I do not think we have a domino that adds to 9. I'm going to check one more time. 8, 8, 6, 11, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, none of these add to 9. So we do not have a domino like that. That's my point. So we have to do this, and we have to do this, and I think that should finish that. Okay, so those are the forced dominoes. We need a 4, 1 or a 4, 0. We have both. How many 1s do I have? I have a 1, 4 and a 1, 2. I mean, so we could do, let's see. I guess the question is, do we have any required 0s? We have 2 required 0s here. And we can't use the double domino, the double 0. So there's going to be a 0 in here, a 0 in here, and 0 in here. And we need 3 separate dominoes with 0s. And we have 4 separate dominoes with 0s. So this uses up 3 out of the 4 0s. And then, let's see, how many 3s do I have? I have a 3, 5. I have a 3, 2. So, and I have a 3, 4. So there's a few options there. How many 6s do I have? Greater than 5 is just a 6. I don't know why they do that. Just write 6, right? And then greater than 8, 9, 10, or 11. So 6-5 across here would make sense. 6-2 doesn't work. Oh, those are mainly sixes? Okay, we found in-ish. This is 6-5. At least we can use up a domino. How about 2 into something that can be with 5? Not 2-6. 2-4 would work. Seems like it could work. 2-3 would work. Even 2 blank would work. 2-1 would work. Okay, yeah, I don't know. So what's our in here? A less than 7 domino, so a domino adding to 6 or less. Not that one, not that one. This one would work. I think I have to pick something and go with it. I'm not convinced there's just one solution. If there is just one solution, I'm not sure what the logical path to it would be. So I'm going to pick 4 blank to go up because I saw a way to do it. So this domino coming up would be the 1-4 because we couldn't do the 1-2. 2 is too small for 9. And so now this would be 5 into something. We have 5 blank and 5-3. We don't have a 6. I don't think we want. Yeah. So why don't we do this blank first? We have blank, blank, blank 2, blank 5. Oh, actually, this domino needs to add to 6 with something that can go with 5. We don't have it. Okay. So this goes here. We can't. So blank 5 going up. It's now going to 4 with something that can go with. Let's see. I have 4-2. And I have a blank 4. Okay, that's working. And then this can't be blank blank, so this is blank 2. All right. I don't know where the blank blank goes yet. Maybe up here or something. Now I need something that adds to 6 or less. I've got a few options. I've got these 3. I mean, this could go here, for example. Let's see. Anyway, so we're not going to fill that yet. This 6-5. So this has to be at least 4. We could do the 4-3. We don't have a 3-3 though. So what comes out of a 3? A 2 and a 4 and a 5. 2, 4, 5. 4, 5. None of that works. Sorry. Have I made a mistake already? This is my thought process. This had to be 6-5 because 6-2 didn't work because we can't be greater than 8 with a 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. So this had to be 6-5. That's forced. Now, what I'm thinking is what comes out down from the 3, right? If I try to do 3-2, then here I need 2 with something big, and I only have 2-1. So we're not doing that. If I do 3-4, I need 4 with something big. I don't even have another 4. And if I do 3-5, then I need 5 with something big. I don't even have another 5. So clearly I've made a mistake. What is my mistake, though? I'm thinking I needed this 4-2. Do I have a blank 3, though? My thought process is use this 4-2 here. And then we can use the 3-2 here. But now, how do I finish this? Because I only have 0-2 and 0-4. I need a 2 over here. This would have to be 2-1 if I do these. So maybe I can get in here. I don't know. This needs to be a 4. So this is a 4-3. Well, what did I do wrong? 4-1. Can I do 0-4 here? This would be 5. Oh, I wish I could move the 5-6 up here, because then I could use the double. I could use the double blank here. But then what would go here? This has to be 6. And it has to go in, and it has to be 6 with something that can add to 9 or more. So we, as far as I can see, we only have the 6, 5, and 6, 2. So 6, 5 was forced. That forces this to be 4, 5, or 6. But this 3 was the limiting factor. I mean, this 4-2 works, but I need the 4-2 up here. I think there's not another option. Or sorry, not 4-2. Well, sorry, I'd moved the stuff around. I can't do this with 5-3. So this is not blank 4, not blank blank. So it's got to be the blank 5 then. Or should I blank 6 or something? All right, so then this 4-2 is forced here. That feels very forced, but then I don't know what goes here. Oh, I have a 6-2. Wait. This 2 is perfectly fine. This just works. Where was my hang up? Just not seeing the 6-2? I don't know. I don't know what my hang up was. Was it that I was trying to put a 4 here? It could have been a 4, 5, or 6. I said that a few times. I don't know. Something was weird in my head there that I just couldn't wrap it up, but it was right there. All right, anyway, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Wednesday, January 7th. Let's play. Planning to informally. Wanna? I don't know. Blank tolls, GPS setting. Avoid tolls. Pulsed quickly as the heart. Like a rapid heartbeat? I don't know. Draw an outline of. Trace? Is that right? Prefix with loop for theoretical high-speed transport. Oh, the Hyperloop. Wayne's sidekick in Wayne's World. Garth. Egg-producing organ, the ovary. I'm serious in slaying, no cap. That was in yesterday's big crossword. Sister's daughter, your niece. Gonna and adder is the snake. Sounds like we'd be good at math. Yeah. This was raced. Oh, your heart raced. Okay. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is open wide. Are we at the dentist? That's where I usually hear that. They keep wanting me to open wider. I see floss here, but it's not dentist floss. But dentist feels like it's got to be the spanogram. Are we at the dentist or dentist something? I don't know. But let's try to find the spanogram first today. And we're going to annoy the people who seem to have been hurt by pens in the past by using my disgusting pen that is totally cheating. All right, floss. We've got a drill here. D-R-I-L-L. That's the only way to do it, I think. We got floss and drill. Dentist's office. Okay, that's all it is. There we go. Okay, that's our spanogram. We've got drill and we've got floss. All right. Cool. And then we've got mirror. And we've got brush, toothbrush, toothbrush. There we go. And fluorine, fluoride, not fluorine. Don't. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, I always forget that fluoride is UO and not OU. All right, cool. Well, that's a ranks perfect. It's got my name in it, so I get to define what it means. All right. Anyway, how'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is the Daily Squirtle. So we are solving 3 horizontal and 3 vertical wordles at the same time, and it forces us to guess in order. We're going to get wordle-like clues. I'm just going to start with steel for just kind of a strong start here. Oh, wow. Okay, so this AL means the AL are correct. We have a white S here and a white T. The white tells you that that letter's in the puzzle somewhere, but not in the row or column that you guessed it. This red T with the arrows pointing up and down, the arrows help remind you, tells you that there is a T somewhere in the column, just not where you guessed it, but not in the row. It is positively telling you it's not in the row. The orange with the arrows pointing both ways tells us that, yes, the E is in the column somewhere and in the row somewhere, just not where we put it. All right, so this word has an E in it and ends in E-A-L. I'm going to assume this is the E until proven otherwise. That's just a little note. There's an A here or here. We don't know where yet. And there's an L somewhere in this word. This word also has an A and an L. So why don't I see, let's see. Maybe I should just get all new letters. So let's just guess croup, and then we'll go from there. Oh, wow. C, O, and U are all black. So no O's or U's in the puzzle, which is a little surprising, but there we are. This is an R, obviously. There's a P somewhere in the puzzle. Okay. What do we want to do with this information? There's an E somewhere in this word. These E's seem to cross each other, so we'll see if there's an E right there. Right, they're both pointing at that cell. It doesn't have to be there. E is very common, but I'm going to try that. So we're not going to guess that yet. I was thinking maybe of trying the E at the end of this word, but maybe not. Now, the final word does tend to end in Y, simply because both words need to have that shared last letter, and so a common last letter is Y. It doesn't have to be, but we're going to try it. So can I just get new letters again? Let's see. We do need but there is an L in this word somewhere. So why don't I just try to find it? Why don't I do one of the illy trap words? Silly is out. We could do dilly, Philly. It would end this word, which is why I'm trying to think what letter would work best for that. Not that it's probably not an illy word, but might as well try something. Maybe dilly ending in D, or Billy. Let's just do dilly. That's fine. Oh, no D, I, or Y in the whole puzzle. We found the L, and it's the only L. The reason I know it's the only L, and I know this is a little bit strange, but let's go back to Wordle for a second. How do you know if there's more than one of a letter in Wordle? Well, you have to guess a word that has more than one of that letter. And it'll color it either both gray if it's not in there at all, one of them green or yellow, and the other gray to tell you there's only one of that letter, or both colored yellow or green, telling you that there are two instances of that letter. So to sort of copy that, because we guessed dilly here, which has two L's, if there were two L's in the word, we would get two arrows pointing. We'd have double arrow up and double arrow down, or double arrow left and double arrow right. The fact that we didn't get that tells us that there are not two L's in this word and not two L's in this word. The only reason we know that is we guessed a word that had two L's in it in the first place. It doesn't naturally tell you that otherwise. All right, anyway, just thought I'd explain that because there has been confusion in the past. It is admittedly a little confusing. So we're back to these words. This still ends in AL. There is an R. I mean, I guess we found this R. There's a P somewhere. So I wonder if we should try to start with P. That'll cover this row and this column, which would really cover a lot of areas that P could be. So why don't we start with P? I mean, this could be penal, I suppose, or pedal. There's a T. Oh, there's a T in the word. So why don't we just guess? Why don't we let's assume it's pedal, but actually we don't have to guess pedal because the AL is already finished. So if we actually guess these two letters as different letters, then we could get information about these two while still finishing the vertical word. So I'd love to try an L here. I wonder if it'll accept pedal this way. It doesn't. Okay. Worth a shot. Maybe... What does this? I mean, we could do double T, but there's no T in the top word, so that doesn't really make a difference. Pet. What about, we could check for an R. We could do Peter. There's no E in the word, so the E's of it. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a great way to do this. Is there a way to end in A? Petra? No. Okay, I'm just going to go with Peter. At least we learned about R. Okay, so we did correctly guess that it was pedal. I'm glad I noticed there had to be a T in the word, or I probably would have gone penal. Um, we learned that there's no R in the top word or this right word. Okay. So what's next? This is T something E. It's not an R, not TRE. It could be THE. This A is pointing down still. We should probably find out where that A goes. This could be an EA word. Is there a THEA word? I don't know. Or should I just do this vertical to get more info? That's a decision. Well, I want to see where the A is, so I don't mind guessing at least just an EA word of some kind. Um, do I just get other letters, like letters I haven't tried yet? Are there any letters I still want to try to place also? Um, we're not actually, we haven't proven that this is the E yet, but I guess that'll test that. So let's do an EA. Um, this can't be an R. Oh, do I want to try TH? Is there an HEA that I can do? Do I think there could be an S in this word vertically? What am I hiding there? An R? Something R E. Could be double S or something, I guess. I was thinking about SH. We could do CH, but there's no C in the whole puzzle. So I think S is slightly more information about. So we can learn if this word has S in it. Is sheen a word with EA? Because I haven't tried N yet. No. Chic, I think, is CHIC. Um, hmm. Huh. Oh, I was going to say I could try an ST, but actually that's silly. I want to try to find out what this letter is. I want to do an EA. QU, no. I don't have very many vowels available, but I guess I don't need more vowels. Uh, let's see if we can solve more of this puzzle because we know there's an L in this word somewhere, and it's not here. It's not here. Okay, the L is actually forced. It has only one place that it can be in this top row. Notice it is pointing at this row, and this L and this L don't have arrows up, so the L's aren't there. So this is forced to be L. So we have PL and then a letter that goes before an R, and it's not the E. I think we're gonna have to put the A here. Is this arena then? Let's think about arena. ARE feels like arena. This is PLA. Do we know any more information about these letters? I don't think so. Plank. Ooh, I don't know. If I do an N fourth, maybe I should just finish arena. You know what? I think it's arena. So why don't we finish arena and move on from there? Okay. Um. So what did we learn from arena? We learned that this is not an N, so it's not plank. What is it? This word is L something A. Llama? There's an this E is pointing down. Where's this E going? Could we be doing okay? I don't think we're doing TEE because this A would then be forced here and we'd be TEEA. That's not a thing. So this is forced to be an E. So we're LEA. Least is an option. I think. I don't know. There's an A in this word as well. I doubt the A is here. And I doubt the A is there. Oh. If the A was here, we could do plaza. That would be interesting. I don't know if that's. Well, okay, let's say it was plaza then. So my I couldn't think of PLA, and I was gonna make the point of this isn't an A because there isn't a word, and then plaza popped out, so maybe it is plaza. So if this is an A, I don't think we have proof that it's not here, but this is an A. What goes A and then has this L down here? That's hard to say. don't know, but maybe I should guess something like that. Can't do the AE, but it's not double L. So what's this last letter? Is it an E? Maybe we just end in LE, and then this could be like leave or something. And then what would we want here? So I still have a white, oh no, I was going to say I still have a white N, but we did find an N, so we don't have to use another N. Oh, it's something to keep an eye on is your whites. I do need to use an S somewhere, actually. Where am I going to use that S? Is it here? Or is this lease? Maybe this is just lease. Should I just guess lease then? I could get 2 more letters. What letters would I want? I don't think I can test Z, can I? Fence is with a C, but we'll accept it? No. Is there an ENSE? Like, I'm just trying to get some more letters. Tense? Sure, why not? Okay. So I was right. It was lease. That finished lease. There's an N in this word, and it has to go here. There is an A in this word. It's not there. Yeah, I think we knew that already. The T is... Oh, we already knew that. Oh, yeah, there's no T in this word, but I guess that's not huge. Should I guess plaza here? Let's guess plaza here. It is plaza. Okay. And then... I gotta figure out this word. I think the A is here. I think that's kind of forced. Oh, it is forced. This A points down. I was thinking about this A and this A, but this A is pointing down. So that's forced to be an A. So T something EA. So what can go second? H seems like the big target. The what does this do? Oh, is this the word ankle? Or angle? Ankle or angle, but EAG, Theeg. But then Theek. Oh, tweak. Okay, so this is tweak. And this is ankle. There we go. Okay. Oh, I got a 6. 6 is good. I like 6. All right. That was an interesting one. Didn't expect the TW. Didn't expect the NKL. Okay. Yeah, only E's and A's in the whole puzzle. Plaza was fun. All right. My Discord server is called the Puzzle Plaza, if you'd like to join it. All right, let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what tomorrow's bonus game is. It will be Word 500. It's on the wheel a few times. So we've been playing this a lot recently, but I don't mind. It's one of my favorite variants. So if you'd like to try Word 500 before I play it tomorrow, then there is a link in the description. And that is it for this video. That's it. But if you want to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.